Oh, hey, coming in hot, looking like asses today. It's been like a crazy busy week. Intense, beautiful, amazing, crazy busy week. But here I am, and I finally found some time to get on here. Literally, I have like half an hour, and then I'm back onto the next thing. But, anyways, okay. I want to do weekly forecast, break down what's happening, and talk a little bit about what you can expect going through this week, as well as what's happening in the bigger scheme, the bigger umbrella of things. So, gonna put it all out there. Ever since July 5th, the CERN acceleration, since we've had that, there has been a drastic shift in the dimensional consciousness that's on this planet. And you can follow TikTok if you want a whole bunch of shit on that, but it's awesome. So, what it means is we are experiencing different realms on this planet. So, we are going to be experiencing a lot more of the angelic realm, which is beautiful. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's going on with that, but I'm just going to touch on that piece because it's super important right now for what's coming for us. Um, in our evolution, this month is all about integration. Next month is all about moving into purpose. September is another activation. And I did a download. I cannot handle how my hair looks like right. Ugh. I really need to look in the mirror before I do this because I'm looking at myself thinking, wow. Anyway, September 23rd actually is going to be a drastic shift for a lot of you. For those of you that are feeling the pull to step into soul purpose, there is a huge, huge activation happening on the 23rd of September. So, as we're navigating right now, we're learning right now how to integrate these new awarenesses or these new ways of being or these new self actualizations, which is the biggest thing. Working with the downloads that I've gotten. Okay, I got a huge download in today. I cannot wait for tonight's Galactic Ambassador membership group. Oh my God, I was writing it and I was like, what the actual, and then the further I got into it, I was like, oh my goodness, and talks about the September 23rd activation date. So July is the finishing piece of July. It's all about us coming to awareness on what is it that um, what is it that within ourselves that we can start to make transition in. And this is why I teach moving from survive to thrive, because it's all the quantum physics behind the science behind altering your reality, your vortex, your entire reality. So we're learning to integrate these pieces here in July. August, we're going to be implementing them and moving into new awareness, into new dimensional consciousness, into newness, like new love, new home, new location, new ideas, new concepts, new purpose. It's a beautiful month. And that's sort of like getting us used to and getting our feet wet and getting in the water, so to speak. And then September, it's like a deep dive all over again. So we have a little bit of time building into that. So that's the overall theme. With that, we can feel moments like what I'm experiencing where we're completely elated and we forget that we're human. Like, I don't think to look in the mirror. Like, I don't even know if I washed my hair today. It doesn't even matter. But, like, just, ooh, excitement and so inspired and, like, on fire. And it's amazing. And then in other moments, can I go to bed now? Like, it's at bedtime. So we're kind of like flipping between those things. And I know there is a lot of physical symptoms as well, but they're the traditional ones of, whoa, all right, just put that card aside. The traditional ones of like feeling a little discombobulated or a little bit of like muscle cramping, upset in the stomach, stuff like that. Okay, let me connect in. We are going to do dun, 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 dun. I like my theme song. Boom. Interesting. All right, we are going to do 1, 2, 3, and then there's this other little side kind of arch thought extra thing. So I want you to just connect in, and I want you to what resonates with you, 1, 2, or 3, or a combination of those. And then we're going to move through them. I'm going to start with the overall theme, the overall messaging. Okay. If you identify as a starseed, I can't even believe that this is where my life is going and that this is what I'm bringing to the public. This has always been my way, but I've never talked about it openly. Well, not never, but not privately, not on public platforms. But here we go. It's making a huge dive into that direction because starseed activation is so intense right now. So what I'm hearing is if you are starseed, definitely check out our Galactic Ambassadors membership. It's such a cool, amazing group of people, of souls across this whole planet from all over coming together and sharing their activation stories, their meditations, and really leaning on each other for this is what I'm going through. What are you guys feeling? And it's beautiful. Anyways, so there's just that side note for Starseeds. It's about power of community. So with that, the message of power of community is on a scientific level, your electromagnetic field, your aura, your vortex, I talk about this all the time, is radiating out, and anybody that you're spending time with, theirs and yours, intermingling. So if you're spending time with someone who is a little bit more on a power trip, or negative, or self-victimization, or self-loathing, or complaining about scarce mentality, you're going to be lowering your vibration down. So the message here is learning to up your vortex to sustain those connections, or just not being in those connections. So it's a little bit of a message of like being very particular this week about who you're associating with and who you're spending time with, and that you're going into it with the proper intention, that you're not trying to fix, save, heal anyone, because it's not your job. Your job is to let them experience themselves through you. So it's sort of like taking that step back and being the observer and just the loving, nurturing person that you are. So there's that. There's also a lot of energy this week in regards to connecting into your ascendant energies, whether that is your spirit guides, your ascendant masters, or if you're a starseed, your galactic connections. Lots lots of messaging coming through for those of us that are connected to that. My downloads have been going on. I usually get things a couple of days before, right? Like I'm like the test pilot. They're like, okay, we'll test it on her, then she can tell everyone. So the last week, it's just been endless downloads. And then today specifically, I had to sit, and it's like 6 pages for tonight's session for the group. So the downloads are huge. And it's not just downloads on like, we're here with you, and we're loving beings, and celestial energy, and da, da, da. No, it is like, this is what's going on behind the scenes. This is what your purpose is. This is what we need, want, desire for you to do on this planet. These are your connections. This is your pathway. Here's what this looks like. Like, it's huge information. So make sure that you're meditating this week. Make sure that you're giving yourself that space, and not guided meditating, not breathing meditations. Be no thing. Just let go and be nothing, and let the information come through. Really cool. I got 5 actual stepping stones. So cool. They described 5 steps, 5 very distinctive steps on how to connect in and have direct conversation on a telepathic level. So I'm sharing that in the group tonight. So excited. I need to take a breath. I'm way too jacked, man. Mile like a 10. I need to take it down. You can tell. It's probably because my ponytail's too tight. I'm just settle in here. All right, let's go into number 1. I'm going to quickly look at the comments. On a high. Hi, Jeanette. 1 and 3, perfect. Hi, Bobby Lynn. Oh my goodness, I have not seen you in forever, and I love you. Okay. I love all of you, but here we go. Number 1s. Let's break it down. Ooh, my God. Okay, number 1, a lot of you are starseeds. A lot of you are late workers. A lot of you are game changers on this planet. And I am hearing, like, the fates are written in the stars. Is that the saying that's coming through? Like, is that an actual saying? Like, the fates are written in the stars? Like, you're the beginning of, if you don't even already know it, which you probably do, but the beginning of the transition into fate. And fate, in the definition from above, is purpose. So the definition, or the onset into purpose, you're going to feel like you're going through, like, they're showing me like a birthing canal. Like, you're like, okay, I've been basking and marinating in this, and I've got my awareness, and I'm ready to go into the world, and okay, and now you're going to be birthed. And in that birthing pain comes a little discomfort. So it's a little bit of warning of this week you may feel pressure, unknown pressure. You may feel like urgency within. You may be feeling heart palpitations, anxiety, or what you're labeling as those things. And it's really just this like birth into newness. But in labor comes a little discomfort. So I don't see you being thrown off kilter or anything being too crazy. It's more about the internal dialogue of like, can I do this? How do I do this? What is this? That's a big one that I get asked a lot. Like, what is my purpose? How do I know? Again, that's all on TikTok. But it's like just that, like, whew, here I go, stepping in, or that butterfly coming out of the cocoon kind of phase. So there's a lot of transformation going on for you, which is really intense and beautiful and trusting. They're asking you to slip into that divine feminine. Doesn't matter what your universal gender is, the law of universal gender. They're asking you to capitalize on your divine feminine, everybody across the board, and number ones to this week. So this is about creation, about flow, about trust, about nurturing, doing all of those things with yourself, all of those things in the dialogue up here. No smack talk, no shame talk, no guilt, none of that. It's just this week. Please be diligent in allowing and stepping into the beautiful, like nurture yourself. Talk to yourself the way you would if you were 3. Like get into that space and trust the process. I do see scribes coming through in reflection to clarity, like you putting things on paper. I see contracts. Nicole, if you're watching this, I hope you pick number 1. I see contracts closing. I see legal things being done. I see things, all that discomfort bubbling forward and it being like done and it's gone. And you're like, oh my gosh, I don't even know what to do right now. So it's just beautiful closure on what doesn't serve you, what needed to be closed, and birthing into this newness. So make sure that you're taking time to journal this week. I've been talking so much today that I'm losing my voice again. Make sure you take time to journal, to connect into that meditative state. I like to just gaze out the window for a couple of minutes with my cup of coffee in the morning and just like feel all the essence. So connect in and then sit with your journal and just start writing. Just let it come through and trust what's coming down on paper. Okay, let me check the comments because I saw a couple happen there. Aw, yay, yay. So much pressure in my head, right? Awesome. Yeah, I do have pressure in my head today too. I'm a bit congested. 1 in 3. Oh, you did pick 1, Nicole. F yes. That's awesome. Okay, let's go into number 2s. I get way too excited about this stuff. Okay, number 2s, my loves. This is, you're getting called out a little bit. They're saying do not refuse to take the call, the soul call, that nudge, that knowing when your intuition is like, go this way, or let's do this, or that is naked. They're saying listen to your intuition. You've been a little bit off kilter with it lately, some of you, most of you probably, which is normal in these times of transition. But it's like, stop ignoring it. That's a huge message right there. That's its own message. Also, stay out of the negativity that's out in social media, TV, all of that stuff, like trying to push it away and refocus, recalibrate. As you're going through, yeah, this is awesome. Okay, number 2s, you have the potential, number 2s, to really struggle between that survival energy and that thriving energy. That negativity that's going on, not that you are negative by any means, but being inundated with the negativity, feeling it, absorbing it, fearing it, getting caught up in, the conversations around you or the news or chatter at work or hating your job or frustration, right? You're going to be feeling a little bit of that, and then you're going to be feeling a little bit of like, I know what I want now. It's not that. It's not that thing. I know what I want right now. So this week is about coming into your authenticity. There's big power there for you, number 2s, to step into your authenticity, which means your power, your purpose, your worth, all of those things. And it's going to be this contemplation, this internal dialogue. And it might not be negative. It might just be like, what do I really want? It's not that. It's this. So it's like process. Do a lot of processing, but be aware of what you are processing so you don't get caught up in the negative storytelling because it happens so easy, right? And shift into, what is it that I really desire? What do I desire to step into? And I feel that there's going to be a lot of unveiling of yourself coming up in August, which is beautiful. And this is sort of that time of like, I need to let go of this. I need to let go of this. I desire. Sorry, need is so not the right word. Jeanette's probably already like corrected me on that. I desire, or I am willing to let go of these things and move into, I'm going to trust my process and I'm going to start to move into this. So it's really beautiful. You are in transition, but you're kind of feeling the push and pull between 2 worlds, but clarity is coming. and that authentic, beautiful power is really coming through for you. More so towards the end of the week through that processing, but there's no set in stone timeline. It can happen anytime you want. It's just get clear on what it is you're processing. If you need to dump it down and then move through it. Okay, let's go into number threes. How precise can you be with your intentions? That's the question. So they're asking you to, one, evaluate who in your life are you trying to unknowingly, subconsciously push into potential. We can't do that. Everybody is in their own evolutionary state. It's not about judging someone for being more third dimensional in consciousness or lazier or slower, unmotivated or whatever it be. So they're asking you to get that reminder, get really clear on your intention, really clear on why is it that I'm asking for this thing? Why is it that I'm feeling this thing? Why am I being triggered? Why am I over here? Why am I wanting this thing? And they're saying just get really intentional on, or really hyper-focused on what is my intention. Is my intention to seek safety? Is my intention to seek growth? Is my intention to evolve myself, or am I too busy bullshitting all over social media being like, oh, love and light, blah, blah. Like, take it back. What is your intention for you is what they're asking, to get really, really, really precise. The number 8 and the number 4 are really hyper clear in this message. 8 being that stepping stone before completion. The power of 3, 6, 9, it doesn't even matter. I'm not going to try to explain that right now. But you're just before completion is what they're saying. So if you're seeing a lot of 8s, it means that you're just about there. If you're seeing 4s, they're like digging what's going on. So it's the kind of arching theme for number 3s. And then as we move through that, I'm hearing pay attention to your frequency. What story are you telling? So when we look at what our intention is on what we want to see change in the world, because we just love, right? We do it from a place of compassion, but there's a whole underlying theory on that, on why we're doing it, which is for a different conversation. That's what I teach in the other program. So we just have to look at, like, what am I really trying to accomplish? What vibration am I radiating into my auric field? You are all about your vibration this week, number 3s, because from that, there's going to be immediate consequences. Number 3s, you are having rapid transition this week. So whatever it is you're vibrating is going to be very instantaneous in your face. And so the law of vibration is your beliefs and your intentions, both, vibrate a certain frequency, like your frequency, they vibrate a certain way. And then the law of attraction vibrationally aligns, like it just magnetically attracts. So you're always manifesting. You never have to try to manifest. You are always doing it. What is it that you want to bring in? Because it's vibration and attraction. That's how it works. So they're saying, what is your intention? Understand for yourself, for your purpose, for the people in your life. Get really effing clear on that. And then alter your vibration to match what it is you want to bring in, because you're going to have very fast results this week. That was the longest way to sum it up just like that. It took me forever. I am so sorry. But that's what it is. It is like, it's coming at you hot and it's coming at you fast. Hold on tight, because it's big ass changes for number 3s. So pay attention to your vibration, to your thoughts, to your desires, to what it is you are radiating. Cool. Awesome sauce. All right, guys, I hope you have, I was going to say Monday. It's not, it's Tuesday. And scene. All right, I'm going off to prepare for the Galactic Ambassador membership group. For those of you following, I will see you there tonight. It is effing, I was about to say the whole word, effing huge. It's like, last week's was like super mind-bending. This one, you're like, I'm sorry, what it talks about, it explains time not being linear and like, OMG. And coexisting in astral projection in different realms at the same time. And like, oh, I geek out so hard. I love this stuff. All right. I love you all. I'll see some of you later. Have a kick-ass Tuesday night. Have an amazing week. Keep your vibration strong, and stay brave, bold, and raw. And I will talk to you all soon. Mwah. Look, I did it under 20 minutes. It's because I talk like a mile an hour. Okay, bye.